Buttons are pretty useful to add features to your web page. So please allow me to teach you guys some things that I learned while I was sitting in the bath a couple of minutes ago. Firstly, we are going to talk about the syntax. And having here the default structure for HTML, we are going to have this button here, which needs to be opened and closed. After, we should also put something in here, because if you don't put anything inside, it's going to be really small with no text. As you can see here, here's the button, which if you put your mouse over, it's going to be darker, and if you click, it's going to be even darker, or even lighter, it depends. Then you are going to also specify the type, which should be really good practice, because there are three main types of buttons, and this is the first one, the button, the default one. And we are also going to try to use this button to do something. And this something is going to be here, the anchor tag. The anchor tag is going to be responsible to send the user to somewhere else, while clicking on a button in this case. So https://youtube.com. Yes, that should do. No, we need to dot. And we're also going to put here a target. It's not really needed, but it's just so we don't get our page overlapped by YouTube, and it opens another tab instead. We can reload the page, click, and YouTube page is opened as well. Now we're going to try to disable it. And to disable, we're just going to put here disabled, not disable, but disabled, with a D at the final, and it is got disabled. Another thing that's really important that you might want to understand is the area that we always get informed. It's just to enhance the accessibility of your web page. I'm not going to cover it any time in this video. Now you should want to apply some features in your website. So we are going to put here again a button of the type button, and we are going to put here the dark mode. And to do the dark mode, I have some CSS and JavaScript already prepared. So we are going to link the CSS, which is going to be in the assets, CSS and style, and the script. Oops, script. I don't know this export default, I don't like it. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to apply a source, which is going to be equals to the assets, JavaScript instead of CSS, go to the JavaScript of course, and the script as well. If you come here, the CSS, it's simply going to put the body as default white with the color of the text black, and the dark mode is going to put the background black and the color of the text white. And the JavaScript is going to toggle it. If it's going to check, is the dark mode on? It's not, so turn it on. What? Is it on? So just turn it off. Of course, every time you click on it. So let's try it out. If we click on here, nothing happens because we haven't called the function yet. So we need to come here, Ctrl C this name, the my function parentheses. Even though they are empty, we need to put the parentheses still. And you're going to put here the on click the JavaScript and HTML function to call JavaScript functions on the click of a button. Now reload, click, and it's toggling the dark mode already. Next two types of button can be found in the form of HTML. In the form, we are going to create here some inputs with the name, the age, and the country of someone. And we are also going to put here the button type. I'm going to put reset first because I think it's better, but you can put the submit first if you want to. And this is it, this is our form. If we put here text, and we just don't want to delete it one by one or select everything and delete, you can just put reset. It's going to everything be reset within this form. If you write something and put your reset here outside the form, you're not going to be able to reset it at all. Now we're going to try to submit stuff. We cannot submit anything because we don't have an action nor names. So let's firstly submit it to the show.php, which is a file of the type PHP and is going to work with our stuff. Just reload, submit, and we got a bunch of errors because we don't have the input specified and we cannot work with it. So let's just come here and put a name. The name of the name is going to be name, of course. It could be a little bit complex, but you are just going to understand in this one. The name of the age is going to be age, and the name of country is going to be country. If you've already learned something about programming, you should know that variables exist and should have a name and a type and a value, and this is going to be the name of the value of the input. You could see each individual input as a variable. Now if you reload it, you can put here the name, which is going to be the Chad. The age is going to be Chad chat age. I don't know the age of the chat, so chat length. Submit it, and as you can see here, after the question mark it's always parameters, and here it's the equals to the name that the user put, and the end is going to be like adding another parameter. Okay, it's really simple. And here it's the text that I made with PHP. The person's name is Chad, which is dynamic. He is Chad age, dynamic, and lives in Chadland, dynamic. And it's really pretty simple. Text with a pretty simple code with PHP, because it doesn't have any verifications at all. It's just simply plain PHP, just get and paste. Really simple. But with this, you've also understood that the reset and the submit must be put within the same form. Of course, I can try to do it with the submit outside, and you are going to see that it doesn't work at all. So if you look here, submit, and it doesn't work just with the reset as well, if you remove it. So in this video, it's everything. If you want me to talk about the last type of buttons, which is the menu, which is a little bit complex and not really supported for many browsers, I can make if you leave in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you soon.